Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we have our very first look at the new Tier 7 American battleship, the USS Massachusetts. So, let's get into this. First of all, our commander is not William Sims, it is Willis Lee. Well, Spartan, why would you go with Willis Lee? Because the Massachusetts big deal is that it has amazing secondaries. I'll get into it. So we have Andrew Cunningham and Franz von Hipper as our two inspirations. We are running Not One for the Nuisance, Porcupine, Firefighter, Master Mechanic, and Will to Rebuild. Okay, and then we look at the ship. We are running Secondary Battery Mod 2. We are running Damage Control System Mod 2. We are running Target Acquisition Mod. And we are running Artillery Plotting Room Mod 2. I'm a little low on silver because I have bought a lot of equipment today for all of these ships that were just released, so bear with me. I'm a little broke. Loadout. We have the secondary consumable here. We also are running 5 repair parties because of our Master Mechanic being maxed out. We are running the Epic Battle Booster and the camo that comes with the ship, as well as the Community Contributor flag. Survivability, you have 66,300 hit points. You have a 50% torpedo damage reduction. Artillery, you have 406mm Mark 6 guns, which are the 45 caliber 16-inch guns that are on the Alabama. Then you have a 17.5 kilometer firing range because we are using a tank build. 30-second reload time. 180-degree turn times, 45 seconds. HE shells are 5,700 with 36% chance to set fires, and AP shell is 13,100. You're going to be firing AP out of this thing, so don't worry about the HE. Secondaries are where you're going to get your HE from. 127mm guns, there are 20 of them, and that is 10 per side. They are 127mm, as I said, and with our build, we have them reaching out to 10.6 kilometers. And they reload every 6 seconds. And they're very, very accurate. Very accurate. And when you hit that booster, it's even better. But yeah, these are no joke. They may only be 127mm guns, but they set a lot of fires too. So yeah, don't sleep on the secondaries of the Massachusetts. Maneuverability, 28.3 knots, so not quite as fast as the Iowa, but right there with the Alabama. Turning circle is 710, same as the Alabama. Rudder shift is 15.7 with our build. And concealment's 14.8, so pretty good for a battleship, or right there where a battleship would like to be anyway. Detectability by air is 12.4, 2 guaranteed as always, and detectability while firing in smoke is only 14.9. So you actually do get a little bit of a bonus for being in smoke in this thing. Of course, you're probably not going to be using it because you need to be getting close. Or I say close, you need to get into mid-range. So we get our first look at the armor viewer here. I may say that I may say that exact same thing when we do the Conqueror video, but I'm doing both of these at the same time. I wasn't sure which one was going to come up first, so I apologize. So, how are we going to get rid of the armor here? Well, we're just going to click A on all of this because we don't really care about that. We care about the Citadel. And as you can see, it's mostly below waterline. And so what you're going to want is those shells coming in at an angle into the broadside to get down into the Citadel. Or if you're close range, you want to shoot slightly into the water to try to get those Citadel hits. And it's very slightly into the water. You don't have to go crazy with it. Too much into the water, you slow the rounds down, they don't do anything. Agile, above average ability to change direction, much like her sister ship, the Alabama. Sticky shots, reduced ricochet chance, greater chance of penetrating enemy ship's armor at sharper angles. That's the American super heavy armor piercing bonus. And then the reloader, below average main battery reload time. It's right there where it's normally at. I mean, my Iowa, my Alabama, the Massachusetts all pretty much have a 30-second reload. So I don't think that's below average. It's 16-inch guns. But Massachusetts, a South Dakota class battleship designed subject to treaty limitations, the ship had well-balanced characteristics in terms of armament, speed, and armor protection. By the end of World War II, the ship had a very powerful AA defense. She entered service in 1942, and there were 4 of them in the series. So, let's take a look at her. She is a good-looking ship, just like her sister. She's good looking. And look at those secondaries, man. They don't mess around. And they got good firing angles, too. So you might think you're clear, but you're not. These things can turn 180 degrees and still shoot you. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys are ready. I've got a doozy of a game for you. Alrighty, so we are going to be on Two Brothers, and I'm going to show you what this thing can do. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, this is only like my second or third game in this ship, but I'm already really enjoying it. I really enjoy the Alabama. You guys know this. It's very good at what it does, but this just replaced it. Just putting that straight out there. I won't use the Alabama once I have the Massachusetts. There's no need to. It's the same ship, except this thing has amazing secondaries. And because I run a tank build in this thing, I can be a lot more aggressive like I usually am in the Alabama anyway. And I don't have to worry as much about fires. I don't have to worry about, you know, all of the things that the Alabama just really gets punished with. So this is, if you guys want an Alabama and don't want to spend 750,000 global XP on it, this is better. That's all I'm saying. It just gives you more. It gives you everything that the Alabama gives you, and then gives you some more. So that's why I think this is actually better than the Alabama, just straight up. Anyway, we're going to get out here and we're going to show you guys why I think this is better than the Alabama. Now, first of all, this Atlanta gets real lucky. And remember, we're running a tank build, guys, so keep that in mind when you're thinking about the dispersion that we're going to showcase in this video. There isn't going to be great dispersion in this video because of the fact that we are running a tank build. We're not a dispersion build. But don't worry, we're going to be plenty accurate enough. And again, because we're moving up and getting closer. Now, the Alabama and the Massachusetts, the two things that they really struggle with. Now, I burned the secondaries a little early because I wanted to show you guys what the secondaries could do against the Atlanta. But he took off, so it's kind of a waste. But anyway, it still suffers from the same issues that the Alabama does, which is it doesn't really have very thick armor. It is tanky enough, especially close range, but at any sort of mid to long range engagements, you've got to be careful because, as we already showed with the location of the Citadel, these things can and do get citadeled with plunging fire, and just other than that, just get shredded through the deck. Now, we take a shot at the Azuma, and this Azuma is just not playing smart. He gets one Citadel against him right there. Now, a normal person would be like, oh my god, that guy just reached out, touched me, and took a third of my health. I should probably change what I'm doing. But no, he's like, I think he'll just miss the next one, right? Clearly, I won't hit him again. It was a fluke. I mean, it's a Massachusetts, right? Two more Citadels. And can we finish him over the mountain and through the woods before he gets to grandmother's house? Come on, baby! No, not quite. I think he slowed down slightly, or he changed course, but we didn't quite get the hit that we'd like. But it's okay, because we're going to go ahead and take the shot with the rear gun again. Now, he is changing course slightly here, but again, he's not doing anything to stay alive. He just isn't. And it's going to catch up to him. That should have killed him, but okay, it hit a little high. I'll give it that. Overpins. This one's not going to be an overpin. And, again, if you don't change what you're doing, how can you expect a different result? We get the first blood, and we're already at 70,000 damage, basically. And then the Kagero gets lit up. Now, right now is not a good time for our Lightning. He's doing his job. He is actually doing his job. Initially, I was a little frustrated with him because he was sailing all the way out to BFE. But after I asked him in chat, he did come out and spot this Kagero. So that's the good news. And because of that, I take a shot at the Conqueror early, and we just completely screwed the pooch on that shot. Like, we get 5,600, but that was horrendous dispersion. But Kagero and the Lightning are trading, and the Lightning's being shot at by the Atlanta as well, and probably the Odin. There's a lot of shells heading in the Lightning's direction, and he's doing everything he can to stay alive, but also keep that Kagero lit up for a little bit longer. And we get the first shot out. Are we going to be able to come on, baby? Follow it up with the second two shots. Come on. Did we get it? We got him with the first shot, and we finish him with the second. And down he goes. That gives us the advantage. We have 2 destroyers to their 0 now. That is a huge, huge advantage for this team. Now, this Conqueror is not playing the Conqueror like a Conqueror should be played. if you want to take full advantage of the Conqueror, by the way, I've played it this morning and I love it. We'll get into that in another video, as I already said. If you are going to get the most out of the Conqueror, you do not want to be center of attention, okay? And by putting yourself out there in the middle of our team like that, you were just, there was everybody shooting you. Even with your super heal, even with the fact that you're just it's a good ship, it's just not going to be able to take that beating for very long. And you're not going to be able to heal fast enough to outdo it. Now this Atlanta, I used the second booster right here because I thought my booster, if you notice that these American secondaries loop up over the top islands like we were already hitting the Odin. I was hoping I could do that with the Atlanta, but didn't quite make it. We get the front guns around the island, we're able to shoot him before he gets his torpedoes off. I knew what he was thinking. I'm turning in. Now the Odin's coming out. Why on earth would an Odin decide to come out broadside on, guys? Anybody? Because he has torpedoes. And everybody on the planet knows it. Except for the guy that's right behind me. Now, I bait this Odin into firing his torps because I look like I'm going to sail in a straight line. I get a shot. I try to place it up high into the superstructure. We get a good hit. Not quite what I was expecting, but, you know, it is what it is. Dispersion build not being here and all of that. But we turn in because we have very good turning. We don't quite get the chance to put the rear gun to use on that Alaska over there. But we're able to dodge these torps. Now, watch how long these torps are spotted for. And the guy behind me is still going to take one. Like, come on. And that's when I got into chat, and I'm like, guys, I saw them from a mile away. How did you take a torpedo? You knew they were coming. And they go, affirmative. And then they still don't get the memo. I am going to use this island because, as you might see, we have the Odin here. We have a Jean Bart over there. We have an Alaska. And they're all turning their attention, rightfully so, to us. Because our team is still all the way back in the base. So, you have to play this smart. You can't just throw your ship at them. It ain't going to work. And so we are holding fast, using the island to protect us, and we're taking shots at the broadside enemies early, as we have the good shot at the Jean Bart early. And the Odin right now is in a good position. It's hard for me to do much to him, especially without a dispersion build. But of course, our Richelieu charges straight in and gets himself torped again. You can't make this stuff up, folks. You just can't. Now, we're at 119,000 damage, and there's still a lot of damage to be had here. So we're going to have to try even harder. We've got 3 kills. It's not like we're not doing anything. Now, we try to pull forward, get some shots into this Alaska. Alaska has 32 millimeters of bow plating, so 16-inch guns do not overmatch it, which is why I'm trying to shoot up into his guns. Maybe get some damage in the superstructure. We do get a 1 overpin in the superstructure. But the goal there, as our Richelieu dies, now our Turpits, and I will be honest, I gave this Turpit some crap for rushing right out in there as well. It was not a smart play, especially going broadside to everybody. He's broadside to an Odin, a Jean Bart, and an Alaska right now. So, I get it. I know what he's doing. He's trying to charge in, and so I'm like, okay, well, the Odin's far enough away we don't have to worry about the torps from him, and this Alaska is about to push sideways for us. Are we going to be able to finish them off? You can see the secondaries just blasting these guys. And we do get a really decent hit there. Should have been a lot better than that. Maybe rushed the shot a little bit too much. But you can see we're setting this Alaska on fire every couple seconds. He damage cons it, and as soon as the damage con goes away, he's on fire again. And then he gets taken out by the Turpits, finished off anyway. Jean Bart is out there. And again, this is... Keep in mind, if I had pushed out with this Turpits here, I probably could have had the most ridiculous game that anybody will ever have in a Massachusetts. But I was trying to play safer because I was afraid of what was going to happen to our Turpits. Up to this point, nobody has shown me that they were capable of thinking and breathing at the same time, other than the Lightning, who also got taken out while the Alaska was spotted there. So that's why I say I was playing a lot safer here. I could have had a lot of kills here. If I'd have just pushed out. Now, Odin goes broadside, just absolutely begging for it. You cannot give up these opportunities. Our dispersion is horrific, but we do get some hits, which is the main thing. Now, obviously, Turpits manages to dodge those torpedoes, so well done on him. And that's what I'm saying. The Odin wasn't doing very much as far as getting his torpedoes in a good spot. It was just that everybody else was running into them. Now, the Jean Bart's burning to death. He doesn't have a whole lot of health, and he does end up getting a torp that time, I believe. I believe he took a torp from the Odin that time. And you can see I'm pushing forward, trying to shoot up into the superstructure again. He's doing a pretty good job of stern tanking me, and the fact that we don't have the dispersion build, we're not able to get the consistent hits that we're looking for on a bow or stern tanking opponent. However, he's still in range to get hit with our secondaries, and they are still hitting him. We're up to 136 hits with our secondaries already in this game, and there's still some time left. Now, he goes broadside to me one more time, and all it takes is one decent dispersion, and we finally get it. Just once. And there is our high caliber, there is our arsonist, there is our 4th kill. There are still 2 enemies left. Now, the right play here is to just sit in the base and capture the base. However, we're not in any danger of losing this match. I went ahead, checked the health of both of the remaining battleships. I am basically full health. Still got 3 heals left. If I throw this against those 2, I deserve to lose. So, I'm going hunting. And I try to get the Tirpitz to come with me. But, unfortunately, he does not. But we are definitely going Kraken hunting at this point. The guys over in the base, they are calling for help. We've got the new Worcester, as everybody calls it. I personally, where I come from, that's the Worcester. You know, I've ate Worcestershire sauce before, but I've never heard it called Worcestershire. that's just a weird name. But I guess, whatever, to each their own. If that's how it's pronounced, that's how it's pronounced. Now, I'm not quite in range to shoot the Massachusetts. The Tirpitz is still behind the island, but we are engaging afterburners. Let's go get them, Massachusetts. Let's show them what we got, shall we? Now, we get the first shot here as he's reversing out from the island. He has no idea I'm here. He has no idea. We take the shot. Are we going to get a good hit? Come on, baby. Yeah, we actually got a good hit there. 6,400 damage, 2 penetrations. Not enough to finish him, unfortunately, but if we can get a little bit closer, our secondaries are going to start hitting him. And that's got to be demoralizing for a Tirpitz, don't you think? Like, you're used to your secondaries being the stuff, and the only thing that outdoes your secondaries is the Bismarck. But now the Bismarck, the Gross Occur first, and the Massachusetts have better secondaries than you. And this time, we get much better dispersion, and we finish him off with 12,000, getting 3 penetrations, 3 overpins, and getting our Kraken unleashed. But there's still 1 left. Can we get 6? Can we get 6? Come on, Spartan. Don't flub the shot. Don't flub it. It's good. Come on. Get the guns loaded. Shot out. Are we going to make it? No! The Odin robs us. I say robs us. He probably did more damage to that guy than we did, but that doesn't matter. I was trying. I was trying for 6. 168,000 damage. Kraken unleashed. Arsonist. First blood. High caliber. All of the medals. Not too shabby. So let me know what you guys think about the Massachusetts down in the comments below. We finished with 2,529 base XP. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, I will see you in the next video.